Good morning, Dr. Ickey, Mr. Gallagher, Mr. Patterson, Mr. Albertus, faculty, and fellow students. Inspiration is a large topic to talk about. Most people just think of it as something that drives you to get better. But there is so much more to it. Inspiration can mean many things, but to me, it's a motivational feeling that I get when I see something and want to achieve it. Inspiration is what makes me excited to do something. When I get inspired, I want to be better than what I was before. This is what makes inspiration so powerful. It can move people forward, change people's lives, and turn things from impossible to possible. It is important to recognize that inspiration often begins quietly, whether it's a story, a person, an idea, or even a small moment that occurred and may not seem significant at first. Once inspiration becomes bigger and louder, that's when it starts to change people and their perspective of things. With inspiration, what once was a dream becomes a path, and what once was impossible suddenly becomes possible. One of the most important ways inspiration changes people is by giving them hope. When people first think of hope, they think everything will be easy and perfect. But what hope really is the belief that effort matters. The first thing that happens when someone becomes inspired is that they start to believe and have hope that they can do something, and it starts to change how they approach challenges and new things. They may have given up on something because it became too difficult, but now that they are inspired and determined, they don't think it's over. They will keep pushing and reach their goal. Most people underestimate themselves. They believe that they are not good enough, not strong enough, and they start to think they can't succeed. For this reason, inspiration comes when you see or hear that someone has achieved a hard thing or something they have been working for, whether that's getting to the NHL or any pro league or winning an academic award. Seeing someone else achieve this makes you think, well, if they can do it, maybe I can too. As soon as that thought enters a person's head, they have been inspired, and that is what starts to change them. Last year, when I was watching the Four Nations face-off, I was very impressed with the USA team. This team inspired me to want to be just as good as them and get better each and every day. That team still inspires me because of their hard work and toughness and how they never give up. My role models and the great achievements of others inspire me to practice and play hard every time I'm on the ice and to never give up on plays. Inspiration also makes people better by encouraging purpose. When someone is inspired, they start to ask themselves serious questions about who they are and what they want to accomplish in life. Purpose is a clear direction to effort. It gives you a real why. It gives you motivation that then changes simple random actions into meaningful steps. And when people are inspired, they are more likely to set goals and actually try to accomplish them, not just set them and say, well, I tried. If they want it, they will get it. Inspiration doesn't have to come from a famous person winning something. It most likely comes from spreading from person to person. It only takes one person who is inspired by a captain of a team can start to step up and be a leader, and that one person can change a whole team from being irresponsible to responsible leaders. When Connor Morris was the hockey team's team captain, I looked up to him. He supported us, taught us, and told us when we were stepping out of line. His leadership inspired me and made me want to be a captain later on. When I was in 8th grade, I stepped up and started to be a leader. Being inspired made me want to be better and become a captain that others looked up to. When we announced the captains, I found out I was going to have the chance at leadership. Inspiration can't achieve success all by itself. There has to be an action with it. You can't just be inspired and not do anything to get better. You have to have discipline to keep going and keep getting better. Inspiration lights the fire, but discipline keeps it going. The people who get inspired for a reason, the reason to get better, are the people who take that feeling of excitement and inspiration and they take the lessons they have learned and inspire others and keep that effort of getting better going. Life is filled with setbacks and failures. People with discipline will not let these things get in their way from getting better. They will use it as fuel to keep that fire burning. You can't grow by just being perfect. There's a process of growth. A big part of that is failure and setbacks that make you learn from your mistakes. 3 years ago, I went to Quebec with the Hershey Bears Quebec team. There was a huge tryout for this team, and I had many times when I thought I was going to get cut because of the practice I just had. Having that doubt made me think about how it is all part of succeeding. Having a bad practice and making mistakes was all part of making the team, and just meant I needed to learn from them and work harder. The next practice, I tried my hardest, and by the last tryout, I found out I made the team. Michael Jordan is one of the most inspirational athletes. His relentless work ethic and his growth mindset are two of the major reasons why he is arguably one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Michael Jordan's work ethic has inspired me in a way that drives me to get better. He once said, "I failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." This quote has always stood out to me, as it has to many people. This quote is letting me and many other people know that failing is good, and it helps you get better. Failure can also be inspirational. When you fail or have a setback, like falling on the ice, trying something hard, or turning the puck over and the other team scores, those things inspire you to get better and go back out and be the best you can be. Michael Jordan used his weakness as motivation to improve his game. This inspired me because seeing someone else use their own weakness as passion to drive themselves to improve makes me want to identify my weakness and use them as fuel to get better. While it's important to learn from your mistakes, you also need to believe in yourself even when you struggle. Muhammad Ali wasn't just a boxing champion, he was an inspiration in action. He showed the world the power of believing in yourself before anyone else does and having that courage to take risks. He didn't just train his body in the gym, he also had to train his mind and spirit, and then he proved that greatness starts with relentless work ethic. He is very inspirational because he has shown what happens when confidence, courage, and purpose come together. He believed in himself even when others doubted him, and he never stopped believing. He pushed himself to take risks even if it could cost or hurt his career. He has proved that real strength is not just physical, it is mental as well. When someone hears strength, they immediately go to physical strength. The mental side is emotional, and you have to be able to make mistakes and not let your mind get to you. It's important to have role models, but Muhammad Ali inspired himself and showed others that true greatness is not all about winning championships. It is about standing tall, believing in yourself, taking risks, and staying true to who you are. In the end, inspiration can go a long way. It only takes one person to get lots of people inspired. Inspiration has changed the world in so many ways. It helps people reach their dreams and change their lives. I have been inspired my whole life by classmates, coaches, teachers, and even family members. Everyone has been inspired at one point in their life by someone or something. Watching people and seeing what they do has changed the way I act and how I interact with people. I want to be a leader who inspires others, but I also want to be able to look at myself and feel confident and motivated. I want to look at what I've achieved and feel inspired to keep going and do more. Thank you.